Hi, I'm Tyzen, the Master of Suggestion, and you're watching Access Unlimited, Channel 19.
You will believe that you're one of the world's finest rock and roll musicians that ever set foot on the face of the earth. It doesn't matter whether you know how to play an instrument or not. Whatever happens to be your favorite musical instrument is the instrument you believe you have taken a lifetime to master. When I count to 3 and snap my fingers, you'll sit back in your chair. Your eyes will remain closed, but you'll place your hands on that imaginary instrument and begin rocking and rolling with your heart and soul. There are musicians beside you, so do respect their space. Do not bump or bash into them. But when I count to 3 and snap my fingers, you'll sit back in your chair, you'll grab that instrument, your eyes remain closed, and as the louder the audience applauds for you during your performance, the more you're going to show off. Because not only are you a talented musician, you are the cockiest, snottiest musician in all the world. On the count of 3, when I snap my fingers, you sit back in your chair, your eyes closed deep, you place your hands on that instrument and instantly begin rocking and rolling. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hands on your instrument right now as you begin rocking and rolling. The crowd gives you a thunderous round of applause. Make some noise. Come on. Keep rocking it out, musicians. The louder this crowd applauds, the more you show off right now. Come on. Good Lord, whoa. In fact, musicians, the louder this crowd applauds, the snottier you get. Yeah. Turning his back on you. Musicians, on the count of 3, your eyes will open if they aren't already open. When they open, you will remain a cocky rock and roll musician, snottier than ever. 1, 2, 3, eyes open. Musicians, let me hear a rock and roll! Yeah, all right. I need you all to get in nice and close, so try and get in a chair closer if you can. Yeah, move in chair closer, good. All right, let me hear rock and roll, brother. Rock and roll! All right. Don't give yourself a brain aneurysm or anything. Man, who's the best musician up here? The best? No, there can only be one. Who's the best?
I am.
You're the best?
I am.
What do you think of the rest of the talent up here? And be honest.
They back me up pretty good.
Boy, what do you think of that? What do you think of that?
Oh, I am.
You're the best?
I'm
the best of the best of the best?
the best, the best, the best!
Who's the best?
I'm the best!
Now, wait a second. Let me find out what makes you the best.
I have talent.
You have talent. That is nice. I like. What makes you the best?
I'm the best looking up here.
Best looking. What makes you the best?
Best dancer up here.
The best dancer. You?
I rock.
You just rock. What makes you the best?
I have studied and I have talent.
You have studied and you have talent.
Yes.
I thought she was going to go into a Braveheart speech there for a second. All right. What about you? What do you got?
I don't have talent, I'm genius.
A genius. All right. It's what?
It's beyond the talent point.
I hear you, man. What about you?
I'm crazy. I don't care.
You'll party.
I just rock. That's all I do.
What do you got, baby?
I love rock and roll!
What do you got?
I'm better than her.
Better than ooh. What do you got, brother?
Rolling Stone said I was the best.
Rolling Stone said you were the best?
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
I know how to rock out!
Oh, how to rock, baby.
I'm the best.
You're the best, and you?
Just the best.
Hey, good. How you doing? Have a seat, guys. Have a seat, musicians. I want to show you something cool. Make sure there's no gaps in between here. Grab a seat. Get nice and close. Yeah. Make sure you have a seat. Oh, that's funny. Gonna get a little closer. Yeah. All right. Hey, musicians, check it out. Concentrate on my hand here. Feet flat on the floor. Good. Big deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Sleep. Deep. Now, every nerve, muscle, fiber, letting go as you melt back in that deep state of relaxation. Whoa! I could have turned ugly real fast. All right. Oh, all right.
This is Reverend Doggy D here with Access Unlimited. I'm here with Tyzen, the
Master of Suggestion, yeah.
Master of Suggestion. Tyzen, you had a great show tonight. Really enjoyed it. Where did you learn to do hypnotism?
I apprenticed with another hypnotist. I was actually doing magic on the road. I grew up as a magician when I was 15 and started performing with a hypnotist, and he introduced me to hypnosis. After that, I took a course in hypnosis, became a certified hypnotherapist. I don't do hypnotherapy. I just hypnotize people to make them do a bunch of silly things. That's pretty much all I do, though. But that's how I got into it.
How does it work?
Hypnosis, how does it work? Well, hypnosis is it's a common state of mind. Your mind goes into it every single day. The only difference that happens on stage, or what happens like in everyday life, is it's just a little bit of a deeper level. What happens to somebody when they get hypnotized is their brainwaves slow down into a trance, right? It's the same trance that you would go into when you fall asleep. You have to go from consciousness to daydream to hypnosis, then sleep. The only difference is, though, we're keeping their mind conscious. They're keeping their body awake, right? While slowing down their CPS into that level of hypnosis where they become suggestible. That's how it works.
Because you do it so quick. I mean, how did you learn to get people under your influence so fast? I mean, without alcohol or, drugs.
Yeah, alcohol or drugs hinder your ability to concentrate, so therefore it's very hard to hypnotize somebody like that. But it's just years of practice. I mean, I've been doing hypnosis for 14 years now, and it's really what it comes down to is just the lucidity in your voice, and how things flow, and how you make the show flow, and how comfortable you make people feel on stage with your presence. If people don't trust you, they're going to be a lot less eager to allow their minds to relax. Yeah.
I noticed a few people kind of like came out of their hypnosis during the show. How does that happen?
Some people have an easier time concentrating under these circumstances around affairs such as noise. You can hear the rides while you're getting hypnotized. Some people can shut that out. They can focus. Some people, it takes a little bit more work or perhaps a little bit more peace and quietness for them to go into a trance. So some people would do better, say, in somebody's home, in a quiet room. They would get hypnotized a lot easier than out in this environment. Some people are also laughing, so that's a distraction. These are the reasons why people don't get hypnotized. It could be the person beside them that smells, whatever.
That was cool. I really enjoyed the part where you got that guy with the boa, dancing around, and tell us a little bit about it.
Oh, the guy with the boa. Okay, that guy was. I just pulled him out of the crowd. He looked like he'd be a fun character. He was. He's wearing that baseball cap, the white beater. It looked like Kid Rock. Hypnotized him, made him believe he was Madonna. Running around with his pink boa, hitting on all the guys in the crowd, man. It was funny. He had no clue he had a boa wrapped around his neck. It was good.
That was cool. God, I was just laughing so hard at that, and it was cool. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It's a nice color on you.
Thanks. I don't know why I like it, but I do.
You wear that here? Do you wear it?
I don't know. Well,
super.
It's wonderful. So what is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you, especially like during the I'm in love with Tyson portion of your show?
Well, I was performing at a college, and I had this big guy, probably 300-pound guy, football player, 6 foot something. He was huge, massive. Shook his hand. He fell in love with me, and then he just stood up. When he stood up, I looked up, and this guy was huge, man. And he basically had his way with me. He grabbed me, turned me around, he flipped me over, and he says, "Oh yeah, you're my." Now, and he just wound up and he smacked my rear end so hard. It was the temperature was really hot. It was about 105 degrees, high humidity. I was wearing a black outfit. I was bent over. The blood was rushing in my head. I wasn't expecting this guy to smack my rear end as hard as he did. He wound up and hit me, and I passed out for a few seconds, and then I came to on the ground, and he was all over me, and I woke him out of it, and thank God, man. Another time I had a guy hypnotized to believe he was an astronaut and crashed a ship, and he was trying to tell NASA that it wasn't his fault. By explaining that he had his foot bit off by an alien, so he couldn't fly the ship. The crowd laughed at him. He got mad at the crowd. He's like, "Hey, man, I took a foot for my country." So I'm like, "Okay, Mr. Patriotic," and I start walking away. And all of a sudden, bang! I get hit in the back of the head with. I thought it was a shoe. I thought he threw a shoe at me, but I looked down and realized it was a prosthetic foot. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was glad we weren't talking about something else. You know what I'm saying?
That would have been John Wayne Bobbitt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Another portion of your show, which I really, really enjoyed, had me rolling, is where you do the voodoo lounge, or
the voodoo doll routine. Yeah, let me grab that. Yeah, the voodoo doll routine is terribly a lot of fun. It's I just have a doll, basically, and I'm able to control the volunteers, and basically everything I do, they follow along. I can, have them smack themselves. I can have them picking their nose and eating it, right? I can, French kiss. French kiss, whatever I want to do with them. Even put them through a little pain. I've got a pin, right? I can stick that, right in the good part, right? You all right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Anyhow, that's the voodoo routine. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And what's neat about my show is I have a lot of pop culture in it, right? So you see like a lot of stuff come from just stuff people love, like the movies, Night of the Roxbury. When I'm doing the voodoo routine, you'll see them do the whole thing with their heads to the music, stuff like that. It's a very progressive show. It's fun. It's rock and roll, high energy. Yeah.
So I noticed that their personalities really come out. Now, is that normal with hypnosis with anyone?
It's funny. Sometimes, people's true personalities come out. I mean, as humans and adults that we are, we all have inhibitions, right? And it's probably good that we have them. When somebody's hypnotized, what I do is I release those inhibitions. So you'll actually see sometimes a complete extrovert turn into an introvert turn into an extreme extrovert. Yeah, that's what you'll see. So you'll see their true personalities come out on stage, right? And it's wild, man. It makes for a fun show.
So if they're kind of shy in real life, then they're going to be a little bit shy on stage then.
No, well, they might be a little bit shy, or they might turn into an extreme extrovert. They might just completely let go of those inhibitions and just go crazy up there. Yeah.
Like that gal that was falling out of her seat tonight.
Yeah, the gal was falling out of her seat. I remember, she reminds me of somebody. I was doing an IBM convention, and it was a corporate event, and I hypnotized this guy, and he was actually doing the Madonna dance at the end of the show. And he came up to me after the show, and he asked me, "Could you keep me hypnotized all the time?" And I said, "Well, why?" And he says, the guy could barely look me in the eyes. He was extreme introvert. He couldn't talk to me. He was very shy. And he says, "I'm very shy, and I have a hard time talking to people. I have a hard time, being social with people. I'm very, very shy." I mean, this is a guy that I just had hypnotized who was dancing on his boss's lap with a pink feather boa, Yeah, so it's really neat. You'll see these people. So they'll get up on stage, and it's a really neat way to release those inhibitions because you're not doing it alone. You're doing it with a bunch of other jackasses.
That's cool. Have you ever been asked to hypnotize somebody's wife to listen to them?
Oh God, that request I get all the time. Yeah, all the time. It never ends.
It'd be cool,
wouldn't it?
Have you ever tried to use it, for personal?
No, I can't believe you'd ask me that.
I had to. I mean, you see a hot-looking girl in a club or something, and just.
Yeah, no, I wish it doesn't work that way. You can't actually walk up to somebody and force them into a state of hypnosis.
Even with chloroform?
Different ball game. Yeah. It works very effective, the chloroform method.
It does?
Yeah.
Cool.
Hope you're taking notes out there.
Yeah, he's smiling at me. He's probably going to chloroform my ass on the way out.
No, don't worry. I'm not from San Francisco. We're good.
Well, this is the Reverend Doggy D with Tyson with Access Unlimited. Thanks for giving us some time for an interview. We enjoyed the show, and I'm sure the viewers are going to enjoy some of the clips from this show.
Thanks for having me, Duane. It was a pleasure being on Access Unlimited.
Thank you.
Right on. Cheers.